Hello, my name's Tony and welcome back to Fragdicted. In today's episode, I'm going to be going through some finds that I nearly chucked away from an old bag that I found in my loft. This is what I found. I'll be right back. So the story is, my wife was asking me to have a tip run. I took some stuff to the tip. Amongst the stuff I was taking to the tip was an old duffel bag with some bags in. I very nearly just chucked the whole thing in the tip. I don't know what made me have a look through, but I opened the bag. In the very bottom of the bag, I found 5 fragrances I thought were long gone, that I thought had been chucked away by my wife, who is a clean freak, quite a number of years ago. Here they are. I will warn you, some of the bottles are in nasty condition, but a couple I'm really happy to have back in my collection again after all these years. So the first one is Hugo Boss, and it's an EDT. I don't know if anyone remembers this bottle. I went for a couple of these bottles and they used to go wrong. But to my surprise, even though this has been chucked about, as you can see from the dents and things on the bottle, it still works. And you know what? It brings back memories. It still smells exactly as it should do. I think this is roughly 10 to 12 years old, this bottle. The batch code on the bottom has worn away, so I can't tell you, but I'm really pleased to have this back on my shelf. Hugo Boss. What did I find next? This is the one I was least excited about. The cap has gone a bit sticky and funny, but this is Jasper Conran. And the juice in there, I don't know if you can see, is quite green. It's quite a masculine fragrance, this. It's quite green. It's very green, in fact. It's almost gives you that grass cutting type smell to it. But as I remember, this lasted very well. You can see I didn't get through much juice, so it couldn't have been my favourite back then either. But hey, I'll put it back on the shelf, Jasper Conran. Next, we have one that I did wear a lot, and this is Tommy Hilfiger True Star Men. And the bottle's in pretty good condition. There's not much juice left in it, but this is really easy going, your typical designer scent. It has macerated a little bit, so it doesn't smell, to me, 100% like it should do. That might just be me not remembering it right. But you can see I really got through this. Good looking bottle. So I found that. That'll go back on my shelf. Next we have a really battered bottle. It was Giorgio Armani Pour Homme, and it's the EDT. And this is the bottle. Very battered and bruised. Now this is an old bottle. When I say old, it's not old for some, but I looked up the batch code, and this was from 2004. So this is 16 years old, this bottle. So it is 2 years older than my younger son. So he would never have seen this. And to my amazement, there's still quite a lot of juice in there. And again, it still works. And this smells exactly like it should do. It is a great fragrance. Does anyone remember this? I'm sorry about the bottle, it's a bit embarrassing. But again, I'll put it back on my shelf because the fragrance just brings back some memories. I obviously got a lot of use out of this. I would say it's probably quarter of a bottle left in there from the weight. But hey, I'm really pleased to have it back. Lastly, the one I was most excited about. Now you can still buy this today, but I was most excited about whether it would be a decent formulation of it or not. It's only a small bottle, but it's in perfect condition, and it is Tommy by Tommy Hilfiger. Now, as you can imagine, this was one of my fragrances when I was going out clubbing, when I was about 17, 18, 19. This was a heavy part of my rotation back then. So yeah, perfect bottle, nearly full. It's only a 30 ml. And I've looked up the batch code. This is from September 2013. And it's lovely. I'm really going to be looking forward to having this back in my rotation, and I'll be going to this a lot in the spring. It's lovely and fresh. I really, really enjoyed this back in the day. It really is quite a nostalgic fragrance for me. And this was the one when I see these in the bottom of my bag, my eyes lit up when I see this. I text my wife straight away and told her she's a wrong 'un for hiding these from me. But hey, I'm pleased to have them back. Part of my growing collection is that these would ultimately add 5 new fragrances that I never knew I had. I will probably go to the most these, and I will be probably reaching for these in the spring and the summer. So I hope you enjoyed the video, something a bit different. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to keep smelling wonderful.